What up, everybody? It's Ponter here, and today we've got a not so special game, but it was a game that people were talking about that was played recently on Farmland. It's a pub game. I'm sorry, I should be doing some more clan matches and match mode games. People keep sending me really good ones, but I want to do some pub games because I'm playing in them, and the active people. This is for the active people in the community. If you're out here in the pubs grinding, I respect you, or at least most of you. And this one, it's going to be interesting in a couple respects. First of all, our team is going to make a lot of bad decisions, and on the other hand, their team is going to be down a lot of players, and that's the unfortunate. Like, you're never going to get a match mode level of balance. Just for the simple fact, like, one noob could just shit up your whole team. Like, we got some really newbie people on our team. And on the other side, they've got a lot of people with terrible internet connections or, like, rage issues. So they're not going to have... Like, we're starting off, it's a 7v7, I believe. Some of these people could be speccing, but... It's not going to be an even game. I'm just going to be honest. But on the other hand, because of the skill differentials of players, like you can't really dismiss, oh, this game is not balanced because this team has an extra player all the time. Because the other team can do some stupid shit and then just make it equal. Like, if you notice right now, we are doing the classic error with playing on Farmland, specifically from the USSR side. Like, look, everything is going to bridge, and we can't even cap bridge. We're failing to cap bridge. We got no info over here. Parker has not got, and this Franz Q guy, neither of them have gotten scouts. That's just classic noob armor move. Like, no scouts, no capping, and not sending shit to the sides. I understand, like, you want to send everything kind of here in the beginning, but we're going to see a chronic inability to send shit to the sides this game. Other than, like, Posh, who's the infantry player, and some of the support. And then in the meantime, we're going to also see a lot of Artie coming out of this team. So Skunk is playing kind of, like, usually he doesn't play support, and he's just trolling with some Artie. Also, I just want to note Chapel, OG, elitist veteran nerd who never plays, he's actually playing. Unfortunately, I think this is like the first game that he was in on. I mean, damn, like, to come from a long break and then have to play in a pub like this, it's unlucky. It's like not a very good way to get used to it. And notice how we are failing here. Like, the armor has bad line of sight. Like, the only thing that's giving them line of sight right now is this generous infantry unit. And I'm just gonna complain more. Like, this is greedy armor play, guys, and it pisses me off. Like, Parker should know better by now. He's actually he's a good armor player. I'd say he's better than Clark. He's better than Clark level armor in terms of unit control, like keeping tanks alive, like knowing positioning for armor. But shit like this, where the no scouts, no paradrops, really detracts. I think that's my only critique of his play. This other guy is completely new, like doing shit like this, armor transports in the middle. Just don't do that shit, guys. These guys should be on the flanks, or waiting in the wings in the back. Like, you never lead with the lights because they're just gonna get BTFO'd. And here, I'm sitting here giving them line of sight because they have no other option. And if you noticed, we are now, it's a 7v8. So yeah, things are a little uneven, but this guy barely counts. This guy barely counts. Like, these are all actual players with experience. We got a couple noobs. And Elian is also getting an Artie, so I'll give him a color. And that's not the end of the Artie. I can tell you that. We're going to have a lot of Artie this game. Like, Elian, I think he knows he's joining a team with an extra player, so he's just kind of he's just lolling. Like, he's repping and RDing, and even though they have like at least double air, if not triple air, I think they only have double air at this point. But again, the weakness of USSR in this on this map is being pretty apparent. Like if you can set up a position of armor supremacy and like cap the bridge, and look at this shit. Oh my god. Guys, like do not do this ever. Like it's not fucking the Civil War anymore. You don't need to just march out in a giant line of infantry. But yeah, once USSR loses the bridge and gets into this position, it's really hard to come back, because like mentally you just want to get the bridge, because like you need that. Like if you just do the math, you really need the bridge, and you don't want to like fritter away your resources on, you know, pushing this or pushing this. But you really need to. You will lose without pushing the flanks, and if you don't distract them, then they'll just put everything on the bridge. And it's like, Elian gets a second RD. Oh my god. And yeah, so Donald leaves, and this is where it actually gets even more embarrassing, I guess. Like it's an 8v6. We got triple RD, and we're just losing. You know. And I can blame. I mean, it's like, how can you blame a team when you're up 2 players? Like, it's really just a downfall of the strategy, to not push the sides at all. And like this guy has not learned. You know, I guess my giant blob of infantry was not helpful at all. But I'm just gonna spawn again and do the same thing. Just get trucks, guys. Just get, you know, half the infantry, half trucks, hit space, hit Y, fill up the trucks, and then send them off. It's so easy, and just rinse and repeat. You know, you send one truck here, you send one truck there, you send one truck there. I don't fucking care. Just spread it out. That's all you can do on this map. Get a ton of infantry and put it in the woods. And like that's like basically the only thing we're using for AA right now, because we went triple RD. And we also have this amusing, like, huge stack of repair jeeps the whole time. That's going to be entertaining. And look, no scout again. Like, and I'm sitting here suboptimally, because I know we're not going to have line of sight any other way. And it just pisses me off. Like, it's so greedy to do this. Like, it's either ignorance or greed. And I don't know which one is worse. Like, either you don't understand line of sight, and so you will not get line of sight as armor, or you're so greedy that you're like, I'm not gonna do it because I can get another tank and I can score more and like do more caps and stuff. But you need a goddamn scout. And yeah, we actually only have 1 armor at this point. That might be an excuse not to get a scout if you're the only armor and it's an 8v6. And actually, it's gonna get worse than this, guys. It's gonna get worse. But yeah, get a fucking scout. That's all I can say. And especially, like, we have Artie. The smoke is not effective. Like, friendly smokes are not effective if you don't have a scout, because if you get smoked and you don't have, you know, any air providing line of sight, you're going to be blind. And then, yeah. And now this is, you know, obviously what's going to happen if you've lost the bridge and they've got a lot of momentum on you. You're going to get nuked. Nukes on this map aren't as useful. Like, it's not decap. It didn't even decap anything. It just killed a lot of units, and there's better ways you can do it. I mean, I would tuck a nuke back here maybe. Oh, look at this air though. Holy shit. Oh, only gets like 1 chopper. That's a scary air blob. And who yeah, MXB is air on. And yeah, it just keeps getting worse now. Like, they've got drops in our back, so they can see the RD. Like, we've got all this RD and all these jeeps and not a single AA. We've got 1 AA on the map. Actually, 2 AA on the map. Not in the great places though. Actually, 1 AA on the map. And you know, it's times like these where I would almost consider going medium air, but that would just be too toxic to do. And look, it's still 8v6 and they're still having their way with us. It's pretty embarrassing. But that's just how badly things can go on Farmlands. Like Farmlands is one of those maps that's just really unforgiving to a team that doesn't like do the work. But finally, we're getting some. Oh yeah, great. We like Parker decides to leave. I don't know if that's a rage quit or a DC. Like he doesn't come back after this. I could understand this is a frustrating game. It's a frustrating match to leave. So it's 10 minutes left. We're about to lose. And oh yeah, we're getting nuked again. Kills all our jeeps. No inks. I didn't see any inks. Maybe it's a stealth nuke. That's rough. Skunk is doing a carpet, like a desperate carpet. Unfortunately, it kills our... I mean, fortunately, maybe it kills our arty stack. And you would think that somebody would use this as an opportunity to switch to armor. But no. Nobody switches to armor. We're just pushing the flanks. And this is the correct, honest, like, going medium anti-air on this map makes sense. And just to ram it up the sides sometimes. It's the... It works. It works. Especially for the desperate last minute shit. Oh, turn on your scout, bro. Oh, you got bamboozled. And yeah, so it looks like it's GG. They got like spirit guns drop in the back. We're doing desperate forward caps. And this is when I think the team really starts pooling Posh. Is Posh elitist guy? I actually don't know who he is. He's just like a relatively new player, but he's good inf. He's better inf. He like deserves not to be on gold. I would say like he's too good for gold. So if you ever want to leave golds and join a real clan, do so. Like I would invite. Like I would like to see him in an actual match mode, but he knows how to play inf, at least in pubs. Like he's like kind of taking the role of Chad infantry in pubs. Off of Kickapoo, whose computer is busted or some shit. But yeah, so we're just feeding him TA. He's doing like, oh, that was an unfortunate cap. It's really not looking good. And yeah, this is when I realized like there's no armor, and you kind of need armor on this map. Like, look at this absurd situation where we've got like just blobs of support trying to cap against their, like, I'm killing the light tanks. Like, I'm the only DPS, and like me and Posh are the only DPS available to the team on bridge right now. It just doesn't work very well. Yeah, and just desperately trying to prevent them from capping. Managed to pop that. Killing the AA. It's as air. You always just watch for when they're shooting at ground, and you have like 10 seconds to do your damage before they're going to shred you. It's always a kind of a risky proposition diving the medium anti-air when they're shooting at ground forces, because like if you don't have enough missiles to kill them, you're a goner. They're just going to BTFO you. But we've managed to keep a bridge decapped. We've managed to do some drops and some shenanigans, like Elian's dropping tube transport. It's hilarious. Just to keep this decapped, and we've managed to stay in the game. And look at this shit. The back spawn, the complete infantry spawn, the complete blob. You couldn't get any noobier than this right here, guys. Like, just spread out. Oh, just spread out. Just go in different directions. Different directions. It's the least you can do if you're gonna blob like that, or if you're gonna like not get trucks. Like the places you should spawn is like this is the only place you should really spawn as inf on this map. Like you could just say spawn back here, trucks, APCs, reg inf, maybe a snipe. Put your snipers here, like on this ridge. There's a nice cheeky ridge here, or in these woods, in this little wood here, or on this hill up here. You can park a truck in front of your sniper. It works great, and they would kill like a sniper on this ledge area would kill this kind of shit. Super easy, and then you just pump inf over here nonstop. That's what the inf should do. Maybe inf keeps like a 1 at reg inf here, but if you know that guy got melted, absolutely melted in like 1 heavy arty, useless. So I would typify this as not a 7v6, but more like a 6v6 with a guy feeding and inting. But yeah, we're still losing. 5 minutes left. It's pain. It's suffering. This is why you really don't want to play pubs ever. But hey, like you get the score. Keep going. See, Posh knows what's up. He gets the APCs going. He's like literally the only. Okay, this guy switched to. Both these guys switched to armor, and they're doing some kind of. Like this. He's this guy. Is that a medium tank? Yeah. Wow. What a spawn. Ugh. Don't get mediums, guys, or APCs, unless you're like a super big brain. And we're just blobbing across the bridge, and honestly, in the desperate... This is a stupid idea. For this reason, you get tank bustered immediately. But if you're in a, like, oh my god, we are losing, and we need to win in the next couple minutes, yeah, just YOLO across the bridge. And yeah, and if we're finally doing what you're supposed to do, drops. You know, you shouldn't be spending a lot of destructive TA, or you shouldn't be spending TA on destructive shit like Artie and, you know, especially on the USSR side, drops are way more effective. Like, oh man. Yeah, Posh is even doing tank drops. Like, what a fucking G. I love that shit. Skunk is doing tank drops. Like, the desperate measures. And we get a decent tick going. Like, we got the bridge back. And see, notice they cannot focus on the bridge anymore. Again, they're down a player. I can't stress that enough. They've been down a lot of players, but we're starting to stretch them out. And that's the only way USSR can win. Like, you've got to get them, you got to take the initiative on the flanks, and then that will allow you to secure the center. So it's not like you really don't want to put a lot of muscle behind holding the bridge. Like, all the muscle should be going to the flanks. Like, typically I like to say the best is to, you know, have most of your heavy tanks here, have most of your infantry here, and then have your supports kind of in the middle protecting everything. And then you do drops over here. And then if they do some bullshit at bridge, all your tanks and shit can just move over from this area to support the bridge. But you're not, like, a lot of noobs will, like, pile in on this area, and it's just not good. It's, like, not a good spot to be, in my opinion. So yeah, we've got the tick going. It's looking a little better. Like, we're not defeated yet. Got a lot of unnecessary clusters coming down. Skunk is just doing more incredibly expensive drops. But we get a TD. Posh is just holding on to that barely. They stopped the TD. And I think what happened here, like, they lost Donald Duck, and I think he was playing armor or something. I think, like, basically their armor lost critical mass, and they never really recovered from the critical armor mass from not having it. Like, we got all these light units running riot. I'm guessing, like, yeah, Clark is just spamming APC. Look at this. I'm the Clark Whisperer. I know he gets frustrated with the way things are going. He decides to change it up when really all you needed was some like a blob of heavies up here blowing this light shit up and decapping the bridge, and then that would have again sucked the attention back to the bridge from us and prevented us from doing these flanking shenanigans. Also, they could have dropped back here, but we're going to see the use of their TA in a second. And yeah, we're just going whole hog on the flanks now, and they really can't do anything about it. So yeah, now it's 7v7. So guy, like, it wasn't completely bullshit. It was pretty bullshit. I'm not really going to be proud of this comeback. It's just kind of funny comeback. So far, we could still lose this. We're still losing this technically. It's a minute left. Elian's got, oh yeah, the clutch. So clutch. Holy shit. I love playing with Elian. It's really a pleasure all the time. Like, the only thing, like, we shouldn't be playing on the same team so much. It's like an automatic stack. But it's just so nice to have somebody who actually knows what they're doing on your team. And he always bitches at me for not pushing the flanks on this map. But I know what's up. Sometimes you can't do it. Sometimes you can't. And there we go. There's the TD. their team is mentally dominated at this point. This can't do anything right. This new player is not going to help at all, and we turn this thing around. And just, you know, this match is suffering for everybody involved. I would say, like, it's really tough on farmlands, in pubs, when you get dumb shit like players doing dumb stuff, not pushing the flanks, you know, not getting scouts, you know, going all APC spams on the flanks. Yeah, Clark's pissed off. Understandable. I would say that was a big throw from their side on not pushing the middle. And yeah, that's a game on farmlands. Yeah, and Alien's happily that it's not an actual sitting farmland game. You got the dynamic drops on the flanks, but just a total collapse from this team. I think maybe Donald was their support player. Whatever though, that's a pub game. There's some content for you guys. It just did some channel news. I might try, if I have time, I'm gonna do some IRL LARP in Berlin. I should be around. Like, Berlin is the city that is based off of the map Mauer, so I'm gonna go to that city, and I might explore the Mauer map in real life. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and later, guys.